Hello there, this is John Hall from Right Here Pens with another video review. Not a pen this time, we're talking about inks, and we're talking about, well, the most talked about inks at the moment really. Diamine's new offering, Shimmer inks. And the idea with the Shimmer inks is that you do actually get a real shimmer effect when the ink dries on the paper. Well, I won't be going through that in this review. If you want to see what the inks look like, I think it's probably far more sensible to have a look on the web. If you Google Diamine Shimmer inks, you'll probably be taken to the Fountain Pen Network, where there are lots of reviews, lots of swatches, and it'll give you a much better idea of how the ink behaves on the page. But what I can do is give you a few hints about how to get it performing, and also to give you a quick look at it, just to prove that it is a real thing. So here we go. We're going to take a look at the inks now by moving this, and here we go. You get to see my messy desk, but never mind, it's not too bad. And here we go. So as you'll see, there are 10 colours, and the colours are actually very attractive. I suspect these colours would stand on their own, irrespective of shimmer or not. So we've got Brandy Dazzle, Purple Pizzazz, Golden Sands, Night Sky, Blue Pearl, Magical Forest, Red Luster, Shimmering Seas, Sparkling Shadows, and Blue Lightning. And so there's a lot of alliteration going on, isn't there? But very nice too, just like the inks. So we get these inks. Let's get some of them out of the way, and we'll just have a quick look and see what happens when we take one out. Now, these inks are particulate. They're full of little particles, and you can see them all there because they've all actually gone to the bottom of the bottle. And this is what they'll do virtually every time you leave the ink for a little while. So they're usually going to be collected at the bottom of the bottle here. As you can see, there are still quite a few there, and there's a point. If the ink has been upright in its bottle for a good length of time before delivery, or since you've last used it, you may well find that they've really coagulated quite solidly at the bottom of the bottle. And what Diamine suggested to me you do is just give it a bit of a tap like that, and another tap, and then stuff will start to circulate. And as you can see, it's all clearing up a bit and mixing in. I've got no idea what that's going to sound like on the video. I'm slightly nervous about it now. Now they also say shake the bottle gently. Now I would suggest you take a two-stage approach to this. And first of all, I would shake it quite vigorously, because if you want to get a good distribution of the shimmer throughout the ink, I think you're going to need to give it quite a good shake. The problem with that, of course, is that you fill the ink up with bubbles, which is not the best thing when you're hoping to fill a pen with it. So let's have a quick word about pens. A lot of people have tested this ink for a while actually, and obviously particles can cause problems in fountain pen ink and can cause clogging. However, we're also aware that there are particulate inks. I'm thinking really of the Sailor inks, the Kiwi Guru and Seiboku, both of which are particulate inks, permanent pigment inks. They really don't seem to cause many problems in fountain pens at all. I'm sure there are plenty of people here with stories about pens that have been ruined by them, but I think by and large they're extremely well behaved. I understand that these inks are equally well behaved, and people who know a great deal more about these things than I do are quite happy to put them in their fountain pens. Where you might want to draw the line is putting them in a piston filler, because really there's no way back. If everything starts to clog up there, you've got a serious problem. So anyway, back to the ink, and well, let's have a look. Here we are, and I think we've got a nice distribution here. The bubbles have gone. Now what I would do before filling your pen is just invert it. just quickly, and that'll get everything moving about again. And Diamine say exactly the same thing for the ink in your pen before you start writing. Just move the pen about a little bit, just move it about so that everything can get distributed evenly through the converter or whatever it is you're using. So anyway, these are the Diamine inks. Now it's a really bad idea to put stuff that will become historically irrelevant on a video, but sales of this have been absolutely fantastic, and I think Diamine have been somewhat surprised by it. What I would say is that, or what they've told me, is that they won't have supplies for a couple of weeks, not because they've run out of ink, but because rather frustratingly they run out of bottles. So if you can get it, good luck to you. It's lovely stuff, looks brilliant on the page, as you'll see if you look at the reviews online, but I can thoroughly recommend it. It'll add a real dimension and a lot of fun to your writing. So there we go, Diamine Shimmer inks.